OMG! You must have heard of height proportioning while on the basketball court, right? Eventually, a tall stature is most likely to be associated with an average BMR and weight. But wait, I've something you probably haven't heard of before, or you might have missed hearing it. Have you seen a guy with 500 pounds of weight on a basketball court? Well, you might think this is a joke, but there was once Troy Escalade Jackson who was quite a champion at basketball. He was 6 feet and 10 inches tall, while his elder brother Mark Jackson was quite a famous basketball player himself, a former NBA star and now an NBA commentator. You might have heard of him before, but many don't know that Troy was his younger brother. Then what happened is that he didn't make it to the NBA. Troy fell in love with basketball when he was just 10 years old. Everything is fair in love and war. He practiced day and night, literally days and night, at Rucker Park in Harlem. He was always meant to be an NBA player. Troy was just a regular teen practicing, and during that time, his elder brother made his way to the NBA. He was the 18th pick of the 1987 NBA draft by the New York Knicks. The whole Jackson family felt like they hit the jackpot, especially the family's younger brat Troy. Troy eventually lost all his motivation to be an NBA star. Imagine the youngest sibling whose elder brother is an NBA star. Why would he make an effort to be on the court and do lots of practicing when millions of dollars are already coming your way and you're living quite a lavish lifestyle? His family name kind of made it, so he got distracted from the path and ate lots of Big Macs, and by a lot, I mean a lot. The high schooler Troy was only interested in boosting himself. He would play with his fellows who would be half in size as him, and at this point, to be an NBA star was no longer his dream. Even so, his games would not be the typical high school games. His size had attracted scouts to come and watch the game, but I wonder at what point why he had been so obese despite such vivid workouts. It's not as easy to digest as it seems to be. No worries, let me know in the comments section if something pops up in your mind or if you know him well personally. Eventually, you'll realize Troy's weight was more the result of those hefty burgers he loves ingesting every week, or even would prefer having it daily, right? By the end of Troy's high school, he had gained 500 pounds of weight. It's no surprise. He had been eating Big Macs throughout his high school years. I mean, after all, why wouldn't he gain such massive weight from eating so much? Yeah, a Big Mac fan with subtle metabolism carries a lot on him. Satisfying your tummy would probably be his success major. Guess what? After completing high school, Troy was offered a full-ride scholarship to Wallace Community College in Alabama. He played basketball at his college and bagged all-region honors as a sophomore. This track got him the attention of a better school. He got another full-ride scholarship at the University of Louisville, but with a catch. He had to get rid of the weight he had put on since he was in his early teens. He had to weigh less than 400 pounds. At the University of Louisville, Denny Crum, the legendary coach, coached him. But do you guys think he learned his lesson and got better? Well, I have a piece of bad news for you, for now at least. After graduating, the depressed Troy with no dreams came back to his hometown. He sadly regained all the weight he had lost by eating the love of his life since his childhood, McDonald's Big Macs. While stuffing himself with Big Macs, Troy became a part of Harlem Globetrotters and started playing for them. But hold up, there's a twist to the story. Here's the climax. Little did Troy know that this would be a turning point in his life while playing at Rucker Park. While there, a small-scale company noticed Troy and decided to market their brand through the streetball legend. The company was AND1 and gained popularity not because of the attractiveness, but because of streetball teeth that started as gimmicky tates. This event changed Troy's game and life forever. It would be the beginning of the annual AND1 tour that would promote the company's image, AND1. It helped them take up the seasons just like other former leagues. Troy had gained quite a lot of popularity amongst his fans, and people started to recognize him in streets, restaurants, and other public places. You can even imagine the autographs hype he would have experienced, giving him real celeb feels. And later on, from one state to another, the AND1 company started to expand quickly. The 500-pound weight of Troy became a blessing in disguise for him, and just a gift for AND1. The games would be a pack house. Thousands of fans would come to have a glimpse of Troy doing his magic on the court. You probably think that NBA players are more famous and popular among the fans. Sorry to tell you, but in this case, Troy was more prominent than some NBA stars. As a discount league player, another milestone Troy achieved in the midst of this was being on the cover of Sports Illustrated, a magazine that only talks about NBA stars. And that wasn't the only silver lining. Troy could walk to any public place, and it was hard not to get any attention from people. People were attracted to him like a magnet. It also made him different from the other NBA players. Unlike Troy, NBA stars had strict regimes and lifestyles were not relatable. So, he maintained his image like that throughout, and people understood him and could relate to his lifestyle. You know what they say, as you sow, so shall you reap. The Big Macs Troy was putting in his body, and he had to cope with the implications it had on him by developing chronic health problems. The downside of this image that he had created was that as he grew older, his body was no longer the magic on the court like it used to be. And what's more surprising is that he was having a difficult time accepting this reality. Troy's fellow league member Grayson Boucher, commonly known as the Professor, became more like his friend than just a fellow team member. He tried many times to bring him to a healthier lifestyle, especially when he could see Troy's health was getting weaker day by day. The Professor even approached his brother to help Troy, but Troy had no intention to make his life better. As predicted, he started to see the results of his lifestyle himself, and then one day, while he was promoting one of his upcoming tours, he died in his sleep at the age of 38 due to hypertensive heart disease. The news came as quite a shocker for everyone, especially for his family. And just like that, the world of basketball lost one of the most iconic and significant basketball players ever. Troy taught us that you can make your own place in this world by not following the old school formulas and predetermined standards. He was a pioneer in basketball. When someone tells you that you can achieve something because of some preconceived notion, prove them wrong by doing it your way. For you, it also doesn't have to be like that. We should all try to live a healthy lifestyle. Unfortunately for Troy, he went too soon. So you should try to balance out your life, but don't let others dictate you. And that is all for this video. How did you like it, guys? Let us know in the comment section below.